Last time, it was all about managing production here at Shady Country Distillery. Today, we're finishing up the month of April with all the field work that we didn't have time to get out to do last time. We'll be doing some planting and fertilizing, rounding out where the last of our fields go for the end of planting season. Welcome back to the farm. You can find a link to this series in the description or in the comments below, and of course, check out the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well, it's still April here on the farm at Shady Country Distillery. Now last time, all we did was work on production stuff. Oh, how did it miss those rocks right there? Last time, all we did was work on production stuff, and there's still a lot of farming left to do this spring. And I meant to get to some field work last episode, but we just didn't. Yeah, right there's more rocks it missed. It missed some rocks there. Anyway, we'll go back and get that. So we need to finish up the field work that didn't get done this April because I was so focused on production things. Now, the last thing we were doing last episode was trying to get water to the garden for the potatoes, and I did do that. It's a little tricky here on the map of Kalinovka. It's a little tricky, but I did get it. Now, where were those rocks at? Let's see if we can get those that it missed over here. I'm trying to pick up rocks on this field because we're going to plant something, and then it did that thing where it misses some of them. Well, I did get the water to the garden for potatoes. It was tricky, but I did do it. I'm trying to find these rocks that we missed here. So we're getting this field ready to plant some crops. Here's those rocks. Sometimes it's not just, it's any kind of rock pickers, of course. If you've dealt with this, then you know exactly what I mean. It's not just this one. Rock pickers do this. That's why you can't hire out workers to pick up rocks. And from my experience, every time they'll miss this every time. Anyway, so last time we got caught up with production, which is fine. This is a production farm. What we do is we produce moonshine and sell it. And right now, of course, we're doing strawberry. Soon we'll be on apple, and I'd like to see if we can do strawberry and apple moonshine, production at the same time. And then, of course, we're going to be moving into also potato, rye, and corn based. So we're really going to be expanding the business here quite a bit. Right now, we're just, last day of April, and let me get this set up for another run here. So once this field is ready here, I think I want to plant a crop here, and I think grass. We got room for one more row, one more like strip field of crops and a bit of grass. I think grass would work better in that section there, the north section at the end would be best for grass. I like the alternating of crops, grass, but that section up there would be better for grass because it's just the rounded tip of the field. And I mean, grass is easier to work than other crops on like a rounded field because you can just whip the mower around and such. Although it would look better if we continued alternating it and we put grass here. Well, I'll figure out, here pretty soon what crops we'll be doing. Right now, we're just getting some of these rocks pulled up. You can see here where we're working. I'm just trying to kind of have mostly even, field sizes here on this field. So once we get a few more of these rows of these rocks pulled up. Now, of course, the rocks weren't there on the field. They're only there from when I'm running the disc harrow, but that's just how it goes. Once we clear up a couple more rows of these rocks, we'll be planting something here. I might just do grass here to keep it alternating even. Here you can see the crop types that we're doing. I might just do some kind of crop up here. But let's do, as long as we're back here. Oh yeah, there's some other things. So, some other things here. Let's get to the end of this row. All right. So, there was an issue. This was not in last episode. It was going to be, but we got caught in production. So, this part of the field up here was having, I encountered a problem where, because the field is alternating, grass and then crops and then grass and then crops, and this part here is corn. This is the corn we planted. And then I was like, oh crap, how do we get to the northern side of the field? Because we can't drive up there. We can't drive over this crop. So that does inevitably become a problem when we're alternating all this stuff. It's like, how do I get up there? Oh yeah, also there's this section of tree here, and this explains that. So what I did was, we cut a little road through here. I had to remove a couple of these trees, and so now we have a road that goes from our farm up here to the northern part of the field. And yeah, that's what that tree is laying out there in the field. I had to cut some trees, and I tossed it over here on the grass portion. Well, we can deal with this right now. Let's see if I can get these branches off of it at least. These branches sawed off. All right, and well, really, I think if we just if we saw it into tiny enough pieces, it'll just basically cease to exist. Or we'll just throw these in the back of the truck or something. Let's go get the truck, throw them in, do something with them. So let's do check on the production stuff here. So I do have, yeah, I guess some stuff has been done around the farm. I've got some bale solutions. I did bale up the rest of the grass and hay from the grass section of the field there where that tree was. So what we're doing is I'm storing all the grass here, and then I was having issues storing 2 different kinds of bales on this tarp. So what I did was, after I filmed last episode, I thought, oh yeah, I know what the obvious thing to do is make another tarp. So I put another tarp over here, and this one's for grass. That was the obvious solution staring me in the face, and I didn't think of it. So yeah, there's another tarp over here, green tarp, and this is for hay. And this tarp over here is for grass. I'm not going to worry about one to store straw because we don't have as much straw because we don't have anything that produces straw right now. So we only, when we need straw for the composter, I just buy like 1 bale. So there's really no need for straw storage right now. So our chickens are doing fine. We have quite a few chickens. And look at that. So we got 4 new chicks. We've got, oh yeah, we got tons of chickens plus 4 new chicks. And yeah, their stuff is still good. No, their stuff is still good. Oh, they're getting a little low on the grain. Let's see. Let's see if we can, do we have grain in the silo? We do. We have some grain in the silo. We have, oh yeah. We got grain in the silo. Where's our tractor? There it is. Let's get the chickens some grain because that's something that I haven't fed them in a couple months because well, they've had plenty of grain in there. But as time goes on and we get more chickens, that kind of runs low. Here's a tipper. But isn't there manure in this tipper? Well, we're going to find out. Well, not manure, but compost, maybe. Yeah, there is. Well, we'll just put this compost. We'll just. There should be room in one of the greenhouses for this. Yeah, we'll just drop this in one of the greenhouses. So here's our potatoes growing in the garden. And yeah, the water trigger for this is very, very tricky. If you play on this map of Kalinovka, the way to fill the water is the only way I could do it. I couldn't do it with the trailer. I had to get a tanker for the truck, and I had to back the truck up literally on top of this. It would only register like right here or something. It was tricky. The point is, there is a way to do it, but it was very tricky. Anyway, we'll just put this in one of our greenhouses, and then we'll use this trailer to move some grain to our chickens. There we go. I just want to handle this real quick while we're over here. I don't want to spend all day doing production things because we did that last episode. But hey, production things are pretty important here. Let's see, how much do they need? Okay, honestly, if we just double them out, yeah, we'll just put wheat in there. That'll double the amount of grain they have, and that'll be enough. We'll just put the rest of the wheat in there, and this will be fine for them. Usually, I feed them with the front loader bucket. Well, it's more handy and a little more. Yeah, than pulling a huge trailer up here and dumping it. If you didn't know you can do that, which I didn't know until I accidentally did it one time, some time ago. But yeah, you can drive under a silo with just a front loader bucket and just have it dispense into the bucket and just do 1,000 liters at a time. That's often how I feed them. But this will work as well, even though this is a little less precise. There we go. I like doing it with the bucket better. It just seems more... Yeah. So let's park this back and let's get back out to the field. So we'll do a couple more rows of rock removing here, and then we can get out here with the planter and do, yeah, get to the fun part, the planting. And I think I like to keep it, I really want to keep it alternating grass crops. It's just much neater that way. And so at the northern tip of the field here, we will have some kind of crop, and that's fine. That's also fine because I don't know what other crop I want to plant here yet. So we'll plant grass here, and that'll give time to decide what crop we want. And yeah, we'll put a crop on the north side of the field. That way everything will be alternating. And part of the alternating crops and grass, it's not necessary whatsoever, but it does make it easy to move machinery around here. You know, if there's grass in between each field of crops, then that gives us room to park machinery and things like that. It does make moving around on the field a little bit easier. Yeah, it's doing the thing again. Here it missed rocks. You can see the last run I did, the tire tracks right here. And yet somehow the rock pickers in the game, all of them do this. Yeah. You can see the last run was right there. Here's this run, and somehow we still missed the rocks in there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all because what's a few missed rocks here and there. But it annoys my sense of neatness that there's one strip of annoying rocks that I have to go back for that didn't get, well, gotten, you know. Just a couple more rows of this, and yeah, we'll be planting grass here. It is good to be back out in the field. I wanted, and this is one reason I mentioned something about that, is I wanted to be out in the field last episode, and I thought I was going to. And I like doing the production things, but I miss driving out here in the field. I like this field that we've got here. It's great. If you weren't here for the beginning of the series, well, there's a link to the playlist down below. But this, of course, was at the beginning, one big 5.8 hectare field, and I decided we didn't need that for our farm. What would be a better idea for a production farm, making different kinds of products, is to turn this into several different fields. And one other thing, while I'm thinking of the series, I want to let you guys know I appreciate the recent subscribers. Getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, and that has been the goal for a long time. So I'm looking forward to getting to 1,000, and thanks to and welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the content here, of course. Now let's get this turned on. There we go. And hopefully I'm not too far from the last row. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, it's missing rocks yet again. Oh well. Anyway, a couple more rows here. We'll plant some grass. You know, one crop we could plant up there, I was just thinking, I think one plant we could do is sorghum. We don't have anything really like sorghum planted here, and I'm looking at things that we could plant next month in May, and sorghum is a crop that we could still plant in May, and yeah, I think that'd be a good crop to plant up there. I think it's what we'll do because we're on the last day of April. There's still stuff to do with this field, so I think we'll be planting sorghum up there. We'll be able to do that next month. We'll be able to plant sorghum. Where's it at? There it is, in May, and then we'll be able to harvest it just a couple months later, really a few months later in October. Wait, am I looking at this right? Sorghum, May, and we'll be able to harvest it in September or October. Yeah, none of this is necessary, you know, even at all. I like to remove the rocks when I can, and I don't, you know, I don't always, but it saves wear and tear on the machinery. And if I don't do this, you know, as they get turned up in the soil, if I don't do this, you know, they'll just get worse. And it reduces crop yield, you know, too. You know, having rocks, if we remove them, I figure, yeah, just better field overall. This right here should be good. Yeah. Now, we'll call this good, and we'll run grass through here. Now this time the rock picker is not as full of rocks. Remember last time, the last field, it was so heavy it was pulling the tractor over with its weight. Luckily, well, it's not like that this time, and I'll remember to go down and empty it before it gets too heavy, which is probably, you know what, let's do that, because yeah, it is tilting the tractor around a bit. You know what, it is just a bit, so let's head that off at the pass. Let's go ahead and what I did last time, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to pick it up on the rear of the tractor, This way we got the entire front of the tractor, the engine and everything, counterweighting it. Rocks are heavy, man. Sounds silly, but rocks are... I mean, it sounds silly to say it because it's so obvious, of course, but rocks are heavy. One time, I was driving down the road. This was many years ago, a long time ago. I was driving down the road, and in front of me there was a semi-truck, and he had a trailer full of big rocks, just like huge rocks, like rocks the size of furniture, you know, rocks in a trailer. And I was at a stoplight, and he went and he took a turn. He was just at a stop in front of me at a stoplight. He turned onto Main Street, and the whole thing just fell over and crashed. I mean, it shook the ground. It was insane. It was right in front of me. He was only going, 10 miles an hour around a turn, and the whole semi tipped over, and rocks flew everywhere. It was on Main Street in a town I used to live in. But the point is, rocks are heavy. So yeah, let's get these down here. I need to drive more and talk less because I need to think where we're going. We're going, there's a shortcut that we took last time. It was down this way over here. So it'll keep us off the main road and get us down there quicker because we don't have to deal with traffic. Oh, and we can see the other fields from our neighboring farmers on the way down there. They got their fields planted over here, I see. So let's take a little jaunt through the forest here. Hopefully I remember the way. Yeah, hopefully I remember where we're going. I think we want to hang a left up here. And we'll come to a wheat field that we're going to hook around. We should. On our left up here past these trees, there should be a wheat field that we want to go around. That should be this green up here. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. I don't have to look. I was going to get out and look to make sure it was a wheat field. I don't have to. I see that up there is our lime buy point and our rock sell point. Whoa. Oh, yeah. This full of bumps here. This road full of bumps. It's always nice learning the shortcuts through farmland. I like knowing the shortcuts. Places to take, big farming equipment and such. Now, a minute ago, I was telling the story about the trailer full of rocks that tipped over. I may have misspoke. The whole semi didn't tip over, just the trailer did. I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago, but I remember the trailer tipped over. The semi didn't. Just to be clear on that, in case you're thinking, that can't happen. Yeah, I don't think the semi-tractor did. It was just the trailer. And when it did, some of them fell out, and I saw how big they were. They were huge. Yeah, it shook the ground. I just remember at the time, I thought that was crazy. I didn't know that could happen. But yeah, rocks are heavy. And even these little pebbles, yeah, their weight adds up. So let's drop these off here. There we go. Yeah, and you should see No? I was figuring you'd see my suspension relax a little bit like last time. Well, I didn't have as many as last time. Well, anyway, let's get back to the farm and let's plant some grass. All right, back at the farm, we want to drop off our rock picker over here. Don't have a great spot to park it because where I was parking it is where I now... See, I was parking it right there where I made that road. Oh, you know what? Let's put it in front of that transport box. Yeah, let's drop this off here and I'll show you something. Yeah, so up here in the tractor you can see more clearly. So when I decided to do something with the north part of the field, here you see the issue. It's easier to see from a tractor point of view. Yeah, I was like, how do I get to the north section of the field up there? And then, well, yeah, so went over here and saw that we could cut this road through there. That's really handy. Let's grab the truck and, yeah, I just remembered, let's get those tree limbs off the field. We'll do something with them. Oh, you know what we can do? I think we got a stack of firewood here. We can throw those on. Yeah, something like that. Let's just grab, let's just park this here real quick. And where's our truck? Hello, truck. Truck. Is it in the farmyard? Did I totally miss it out here? Yeah, it's over by the grain mill. that. We got stuff parked everywhere. Well, some stuff is just handy, you know, parked in various places. Oh, I washed the... That's right. The truck was over here because I was washing it off. It's gotten pretty dirty over the springtime. All right, and where was that tree? I left the pieces out. Oh, there they are, right there. We'll just haul this over to our... you know, while I was over here with the tractor, I could... And, yeah, the transport box was right there. I could have run them over there with that, but it's okay. I think we got a stack of firewood or something. We can throw this on. All right, there we go. We got that in the back of the truck. Just haul this back to the house. There we go. Right over here, we've got some firewood stacked up here, back of the garage by the doghouse. We've got. We'll put this over here. Throw this wood over here. Oh, we got a little. Oh, that's right. This is my stump cutter. Yeah. Throw it over here by all the other wood stuff. That makes sense. Yeah, I got a cheap little stump cutter. It works really well. If you haven't seen one like this, usually at the store they sell some really big fancy ones, but they cost like $20,000, which is not what I needed. Something like this is really, really handy. It's just a little guy. It's for cutting little tree stumps. I had to use it out there while I was removing trees, and I wanted to make sure that there was no stumps left over that we were going to drive over or anything, you know. So we'll just pile this wood here. Let's just park the truck over here out of the way. Park the truck up by the house. All right, we need the cedar right there. Yeah, that's what we're going to plant the grass with, and check the field conditions. So we got good room to plant grass here, and what's the... Yeah, this is all good. So I don't think this thing fertilizes. It just plants, right? Yeah, we'll want to run over it with fertilizer. That's okay. Let's go ahead and grab our cedar through our new little road here that we put in. It's very handy. And let's see. Let's start from the north while it's still fresh in my mind, kind of where we left off. Because wherever I stopped picking up the rocks, that's about where I wanted the northern boundary to be. That should be about, yeah, right here. Right here is good. So we'll just start the grass right here. There we go. Oh, and make sure it's sit on grass. Of course, it is. Yes, always make sure of that. Boy, that's easy to miss sometimes. You know, you mean to plant one crop, and so you start planting, and you get a few rows in, and then you realize, oh man, I had the thing set on the wrong crop. And then that's not good enough. I can't just change and continue. I have to, oh, have we not been down this? Looks like, am I farther north than I wanted to be? Yeah, a little bit, but it's fine. But that's not good enough for me. I have to tear it up and start over so that there's no messing up. All right, so I went a little farther north than I thought we were, which, okay. It is what it is. But that's where we're going to start our grass. You know, let's get around the edges here so that we have some room to turn the tractor around. Yeah, I kind of like having the crops bumped right up against each other. It looks cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. And that is one handy part about having grass in between the crops, is that when we're harvesting the corn, we're not... I mean, yeah, that is the other benefit of having grass right next to each crop. When we're harvesting this corn, we won't have to worry if the harvester header hangs over a little bit, because there's nothing beside it other than grass. Yeah, that's the other advantage of having grass in between the fields. It's really a good way to do it. If you're going to have a big field broken up into smaller fields, have grass in between your crops. Grass is great for empty space that you can run and equipment on and park equipment on, and yet still grass itself is a harvestable crop that can be used for many things. Of course, get us some headland room to turn around here. And then, of course, grass just being grass, if I decide that, you know, we want more room for crops and we don't need this much grass, it's just grass. You know, we can just tear it up and plant crops over it. But you know, grass can be a very valuable crop that's easy to overlook. With grass, we can make, obviously, hay and grass bales, sell those. We can come over and make silage, wrap up silage bales and sell that, and that can be a decent crop to sell, you know. And then, of course, the value we have out here, which I think I noted last time, you know, it's easy to look at farmland and see many small fields that you can connect into bigger fields. But just as you can do that, you can also take big fields, and depending on how your farm is profitable, it may be better, like it is here for us, to take one big field and chop it into smaller fields. Get more variety of crops out of one area, which is definitely helpful to the farm here. There we go. More than enough room to turn around up here now. And it's good to work in the field, too. I was missing field work after so much time last episode doing all the production stuff, which is necessary and fun. It is. And I spent, some time out here afterward, the middle part of April, here in the field working. Now, once we get this grass planted, we'll be good for the month of April. And, we'll be able to go into May. And May will be, we'll have to check on production stuff. Of course, that'll be in May. I don't know if that might be this episode part of it. But we'll be checking on production. And then, of course, next month, I want to start working on that field up there, and that's going to be sorghum, I guess. We have all the crops we need, but it can't hurt to have something else. I mean, if we don't have a use for it, we can always sell it. So, you know, just get a little bit more here, room to turn around. And the first time working this field was, when we got here last year in August. Boy, working this field, the first time working this field, of course, when we bought this land, this was all one field. It was all one big canola field. And in order to, of course, get it how it is now, we had to go over and harvest the entire field with that 4-meter header. That was a big project. That was, I think that was close to 3 hours harvesting this field. It is big. I mean, it's no joke big for that small Rustlemash harvester that we've got. No joke, big field. I like it. I like it like this. I like it broken up. Obviously, it works good for the production farm that we have. Well, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. This is it looks like it's a really wide section of the field, but of course, it is just kind of a big field, and I think it's about the same size as the other portions. I may end up carving some of this out. I may, when plant the sorghum up north, I may cut into this a little bit, because this is feeling bigger than I meant it to be. But when I look at it on the map, it looks like it's the same size as the others. They're just big sections of the field. It's just a big field. Because here's the other grass section. And now that I see this needs to be fertilized as well. So when we fertilize this grass that we're on here now, we'll fertilize the other section of grass. I'm not worried about it too much. I don't always run both stages of fertilization on grass portions of the field. I mean, it's just grass. But as long as we have the fertilizer right here doing this, we will hit that as well. And this does feel really wide when I look at this and how long this is taking. But it's about the same width as the other sections. I think it's just a matter of perspective. We're working on this section here, and it looks huge and wide. And when we look down there, the corn looks like a narrow strip. But really, it's just because we're looking at it from this perspective. Really, when we zoom out, it's just as wide, I think. I mean, it is on the map, so... I've done, obviously I've done other sections of this field, and it always feels the same way. It feels like whatever row I'm currently on is the widest and biggest of them. Let's get this going here. Just got a few more passes to make, and our grass here will be planted. and we'll grab the fertilizer, and that'll be it for April. And we'll have April finished off. There's been a lot of work to do here over the spring. I mean, yeah, because I want to make sure that we're ready for late summer, early fall is when we're going to be like the most busy. So it's important to get as much work done now so that when production really starts popping off late summer, early fall, I'll be ready for it. Because we're going to have multiple products. You know, our distillery will no longer, it's not going to be just apples and strawberries that we're going to be producing alcohol with. It'll be other crops. It'll be lots of stuff all happening at once. Maybe even setting up a second still. I think that's a pretty likely scenario, but we'll see how that unfolds. It's going to be really busy this fall. And that's great too, because we've been burning through money on the farm, buying stuff and getting stuff set up that we're going to need, you know, just since a couple months. I think in the last month maybe we've burned through at least $50,000 that I haven't made back yet. It's all being sunk into the farm. Oh, it'll pay off. We will see that come back, and it's going to be great when we do. Now for this though, I think this is the rest of our grass planted here. That should be full coverage on that. Yeah, so let's go put this away and let's grab our fertilizer. Now, where is that road I put in? I think I see it. Our little road is right up here. And we'll find where I put the fertilizer. I think this is fertilizer here, isn't it? It's not lime. This is fertilizer. Yes, it's fertilizer. Yeah, because we haven't spread lime yet. I haven't had to. We've just got this one field, and it hasn't needed lime yet. Because, I mean, we haven't quite been here a year yet, and the field started off in a fine state, you know, not needing lime. We'll go hook up to our fertilizer, and I'll remember we'll run fertilizer over the other grass section too. There's no reason not to spread fertilizer on both parts, as long as we're out there with it. Let's see, let's zoom out so I can get a good view here. We're going to want to turn, this is probably good here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just get this in a couple passes. Oh, there's the dog. See the dog over playing in the grass field. Yeah, he likes to play out in this grass field. Well, I'll make sure to watch for him when we come back the other way. Yeah, this way we'll have both stages of fertilization on this grass field, get more yield. Although we've already got more grass than we, you know, can use. I got more grass than I know what to do with. But, well, that's never a bad thing. We can always sell it, you know. Can always sell grass, bales, sell hay, or even, you know, make it into silage and sell that. We don't have any use for... We don't have much use for grass outside of composting. We can double our composting, which I've thought about. I've thought about building another composter because we're using compost for the greenhouses and the garden. And I'll check on the production. Yeah, I should check on that here. When we get finished with this row, I haven't checked on any production yet, really. But, you know, in this episode, I mean, but we should check on that because it's something I've been wondering, you know, is our, let's shut this down for a second. Is our composter enough to provide both greenhouses and the garden? So right now the composter is still running. That's good. So it's still running and it's got 1,000 liters that it's storing. Now, how are the gardens? Oh, full. Or the greenhouses almost full. Wait. Oh, that's the garden. Garden's full. Greenhouse full. Greenhouse full. Okay, so yeah, actually, that one composter looks like it is enough because everything's just kind of been running on its own. To be fair, that was just earlier this month. Yeah, I forget. This is the second episode this month. We're doing that again because it's so busy this spring. That was only just earlier this month. Alright, looks like our dog is gonna... Hey, dog. Dog. Come. Come, dog. Dog. Come. Go home, doggy. Go home. Yeah. Let's get him off the grass. All right. Good dog. Good dog. All right. All right. We got that fertilized. Now let's head up here to the section that we just planted. And let's get this fertilized up here. That should be positioned well. Yeah. Actually, it's positioned perfectly, I think. Or just about, yeah. That's hitting right. Oops. Yeah, that's hitting right where we need it to be. Right where we need it. This one trailer of fertilizer has, and I don't think this even started off full. Yeah, this one trailer of fertilizer, I think, yeah, and I don't think it even started full. And it has brought us the whole way on this farm so far. It's, yeah. I think if I turn around, we can get this whole part of the field in 3 passes. Yep. Piece of cake. And still have enough fertilizer to do the northern section for sure when we get it done. And that's what we'll be doing. Well, I don't know what we'll be doing next episode for sure, but next month at some point I will be planting sorghum up there. Now that we got this done, I want to check on production before we end the month of April. I want to check on our production, but let's check this here on the map. And yeah, we got that good and fertilized. This is all ready to go. We'll just go park this back. Oh yeah, right here. When I was building this road, here's where I accidentally ran over some of our corn. Yeah, that's what happened there, if you were wondering, because I just noticed that as I was driving by. Those those dead stalks, yeah. There was a small casualty there, but I got that road put in. Well, it was hard to see where the road was going to go because that was all trees. I was moving equipment through there. I couldn't see where I was going. I mean, it's like you can see it now, but it was thick with trees, and you literally couldn't see. It was actually very hard to find which trees I had to cut. It was thick in there. Let's get this parked back where we had it here by the grass bale storage. I think I had it just kind of parked right here. I don't see our dog. I sent him home, but you know what we can do? We should feed our puppy. Well, I was just thinking about him because he was out there playing in the field. Well, wherever he's at, I'm sure he's fine. So let's go ahead and shut those down. Oh, let's check on how are things here. All right, we've got 2 trays of strawberry jam that need to go to the still. The still, how is it? It is fine. It's got plenty of strawberry jam. I did fill some water since last episode. I ran a couple more trailers of water up there. It's fine. It's got everything it needs. How are our greenhouses? I've been running the strawberries over to the jam production. They're fine. All right, it's May, everyone. Welcome to May. Let's see how things are on the farm here before we end the episode. Let's check out, let's see how things are going here. So, we've rolled into May. We've got enough strawberry jam. This needs to be run up to that. We need to run that up to the still. Potatoes are growing, but of course, they're not going to be harvestable until August, but the potatoes are fine. We've got some strawberries here. We can run over to our jam production. Yeah, we're going to want to check on production, see how it is. I want to check on our grass, see how that's growing as well. Let's get these strawberries in here from the greenhouse. These greenhouses are great. I mean, obviously they do what greenhouses do. You know, they produce crops all year round. And, yeah, let's get these strawberries in here. I think this month we're going to need to grab some wooden boxes for our greenhouses. I grabbed wooden boxes last month for the jam production. And I think after the last episode, I think I ran some more. If I'm not mistaken, I think I ran some more. It's very work intensive getting all those wooden boxes because I have to grab them one by one and load them in the back of the truck and bring them down here. And you see right here, every time I pull one of these out of the greenhouse, you know, I'm using up another wooden box. It's too bad. It is too bad, actually. When I bring over a wooden box of strawberries, that box should go into the jam production inventory. You know, that would make sense. But no, it uses them up. So looking at our greenhouses, yeah, they're a little short on the wooden boxes. I'll bring some over for those. The garden, oh yeah, I filled the garden up with wooden boxes. Yeah, that's quite labor intensive doing that. Fine, this thing is full and like everything. All right, well, all that work that we put in last episode has paid off. Every once in a while, you got to do a bunch of work to make sure everything is supplied. Well, so let's, I'm going to get this filled up with jam. And, well, I'm curious to know how much. I'm sure we have some moonshine that needs to be sold. You know, every month, been running a load of moonshine down to the sell point. I'll check on that. Let's get this loaded up. All right, let's get this up to the still so we can get another batch of moonshine in the works, and we'll sell off what we got there. Alright, let's see how things are out here in our little hidden cabin in the forest. I haven't been out here since early last month. Yeah, we've got, let's drop this off at the still, this jam here. So we can turn our strawberry jam into strawberry jam moonshine. Let's see how things are here. Well, we've got a couple cases. Let's open this up and see here. Yeah, we got a couple cases to sell. Well, I'll get this down to the sell point. This right here. This will be about another $2,400 worth of moonshine. It goes to the farm. Of course, after this harvest, this is when the real money is going to come from the moonshine here. So let's get that closed up. Just like to store that in there so it's not sitting out. Well, guys, thanks so much for following along this episode at the end of April. We are now in May. This month we'll be planting sorghum and, well, doing other things. We'll have to see what we're doing next episode. Guys, thanks so much for following along with me here on the farm. Thanks so much for your view and your subscription, and for any input you want to leave in the comments down below. It all really helps. And again, thanks to the new subscribers, and thanks to all of you, actually, of course, as the channel's almost at 1,000 subscribers. It's been, it's been a lot of work. And, well, there's so much more to do and so much more to come on this channel. The 1,000 subscribers was like the first real landmark that I wanted to hit, and we're almost there. So thanks again. Guys, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on Monday. The next episode will be in May. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you then. Bye.